It's a shame when innocents and good people have to die for a better cause.
The codes would give the Syndicate access to identities of agents placed in the field. They'd be killed, certainly.
He doesn't want us to give the codes for a good reason. I think we all see that now.
We can't fight an entire army. We're 4 people, or 3.5, because who knows what Prosper's doing.
Piani, I'm in position. How are we doing on the fake codes? What's going on?
Wu is, as far as I'm concerned, if he's in their clutches, he's unfortunately a casualty of this. Sorry, Wu.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Roleplay Swan Song. Did you guys know it was the 25th week? Did you know that?
Episode 25.
Totally
Episode 25. It'll be a big one. It'll be a big one. Or a terrible one. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out soon. I'm
Guess
JP
the
McDaniel.
power's in Adam's hands.
It's true. Joined by the rest of the crew. We got some catching up to do, and then we'll, of course, conclude what happened on the last episode, which I think a lot of people have been waiting for. So maybe this will be faster than normal. We'll see. Geoff, you've been around the world in 80 hours or something like that. Something clever.
Just got back from Toronto. Literally landed 2 hours ago.
Oh, you're in Toronto? I'm sorry.
Welcome back, Geoff.
Toronto's okay. I like it. It was nice. Thank you. Thank you, Wheat. WCS was fun. Got to hang out with a lot of my good pals and buddies and put on a pretty damn good show, if I might say so myself.
Who ended up winning?
Hydra won the whole thing.
Oh, God, spoilers. I mean, I was going to go back and watch the VODs, and you totally... Actually, I watched it live.
Yeah,
Sure you did, Wheat.
I think I've alienated all the StarCraft people
All
out
right,
of the channel, so we're
Benjamin,
good.
I did watch it live. Thank you very much.
So we had a lot of fun with that. The biggest news for me, though, is on Friday, the Warlord Titan was finally released on the Forge World website, so I absolutely ordered it.
Yeah.
And then actually kind of funny, in typical, like, when I'm really excited about something, I kind of obsess over it. And I was reading a forum, people talking about ordering it, and Forge World came out with a bundle that comes with the body, the head, the arms, and the guns on top. Why it wouldn't just do that anyways, I don't know, because none of those things go on anything else. But that was the bundle. I ordered said bundle. But they also sell it separately. Arms, head, guns, body.
There's like different pieces you can buy?
Has
Piecemeal?
different pieces. So one night I'm reading this forum and people are like, oh yeah, and you know, it was such a pain in the butt to order all the different things. And I was like, ah! Did I not order everything? So I went back and I ordered the arms, the head, and the guns. And then I was like, wait a second. I'm pretty sure I did. And I checked and I ordered the bundle at first. So
now do you have 2 Warlord Titans?
no, not 2 Warlord Titans. I would have to pay another, I have to buy the body, which is the bulk of the cost. But it was just kind of funny that I was literally late at night in Toronto, like, oh god, maybe I don't have everything.
You had a panic attack?
Yeah.
That's real. That's totally a real thing.
Yeah, but other than that, just I'm really happy we got this showing, because I just assumed flying in from Toronto I wouldn't be here in time, and then we would have to miss another week of Swan Song, but I'm so happy we're able to do this. And tomorrow I leave for Home Story Cup in Germany. And that's my life in a nutshell.
When do you get back from that?
Monday, I believe.
Well, there you go.
So
There you go. A lot of traveling.
a lot of travel.
Have you been to Home Story Cup so many times that that's not even like a travel for you? Like it's just a long journey?
It's it's funny that, I've talked about this a few times. It's like traveling at first is really fun. You're like, oh, I get to download movies and I'm going to wear comfy pants. It's going to be so great. But I have been to Home Story Cup so many fucking times that now, like, everything's a little bit of Groundhog's Day and a little bit annoying, a little bit painful.
Yeah.
So as long as I have an aisle seat and I'm not sitting next to someone that is very large, I'll be okay. I'll watch movies. I'm gonna finish off Chrono Trigger on the 3DS, which I'm excited about.
Nice.
Play some Final Fantasy on the 3DS. So I read some books. I have a little routine and I enjoy it. It's not the worst thing, obviously.
That's good. That's good. Well, safe travels after the show, of course. Wheat, what's going on with you?
God. Fuck. I don't even know what to say in these things anymore.
Why's
It's
that?
been a while. I don't know. I feel like it's just been recurring. I've been busy, blah, 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 TwitchCon, event, but, God, anything interesting going on? No, not really.
You were posting some revelatory game enthusiasm tweets mere hours ago.
I suppose I was.
Tell us about that, Wheat.
My mini's been streaming Fallout 3, and like for probably like 3 of his sessions, I can't explain, like, as you know, as probably not only a gamer but also a father. Like, I'm like, why didn't he do this? Or why is he doing this? And why is he doing this? And why wouldn't he reload it so he could redo that fight? Because he obviously used way more ammo than he should have.
Yeah.
But he's just like, he literally is like, fuck it. I'm playing this game because I'm having loads of fun, and he doesn't care if he has to continue on with the game with a baseball bat because that's awesome to him. And so, like, I'm having these sort of like moments of reflection where I'm like, dude, am I just that fucking anal guy, like, when I game with myself, where I'm just like, no, that wasn't good, you know, like, because I'll reload if I wasn't okay with the outcome versus, you know, versus just like literally playing just to like enjoy the game and the experience.
You were Twitch chatting your own kid.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe people think about this all the time, and I'm like way off mark here. But yeah, it's been awesome to see.
Does he have God mode on, or like give all or something?
Nah, man, he is tried and true. Like,
because I just saw him unloading like fat. What is the nuke? The fat baby fat bomb, something like that.
Yes.
I just saw him like destroying a singular person.
Right, but
with
like
the
JP,
nukes. I know. What you just said.
I played
know.
that shit like, well, God, I can't use these giant nukes because, like, what if I need them at the end? And then at the end, I have like 50 of them, and I'm like, well, I never fired one. So it's kind of refreshing to just be like, super mutants, fuck it, fat man. You know, like he found.
Yeah.
I was surprised too.
Maybe you shouldn't be such a backwheat gamer.
No, I'm not.
Oh
I'm
my
not.
God, Adam.
Actually, I'm not. He has given me permission at times if he wants backseating.
It was a joke, buddy.
No, listen, Geoff. All right.
Terrible joke.
It was a really
Yeah,
bad joke. I'm super sorry.
It was so bad. Anyway, it's been interesting.
It's been interesting. Mr. Adam
Other than
Koebel.
that, I'm trying to think. Oh, I saw Jurassic World. Geoff, it was
Man,
everything
Skype
I
is
wanted
just
it
having
to be.
the worst fun with Geoff right now.
What? Oh, he's not. God damn it, Geoff. He knew. He
Well,
knew
it's
I
not
was
even
going to talk
that.
about Jurassic World.
It's
And
not.
he's like,
It was doing this to Co the other day. Skype, the new Skype. I guess it's the new Skype. It just
Did you
randomly,
all download the new Skype, or is it just me?
I don't think I've
Just
updated
you, buddy.
it.
I'm never
God damn
updating.
it.
This is what I'm using
yo,
for
I
the
use
rest of my
Skype
life.
like 1.09.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
No,
But,
wait. I saw Jurassic World 2. It was terrible.
You guys, it
movie
was.
was
Horrible movie.
It was
terrible.
absolutely not. It was so fantastic.
So bad.
Oh my god! Like,
it was so bad.
What is wrong with people that they can't be entertained anymore?
Well,
It
somebody
was
start.
so
What
bad.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What? No, are you kidding me? Fucking! It was
Dude.
everything that you wanted, Geoff. It was exactly. Dude, Geoff, we sat across a table and I explained the dynamics of what that final battle was going to be. And did I not fucking nail it? Was I like exactly on the mark with like everything?
The final battle was really
And
cool.
I was fine with that.
There were 2 really cool parts to that movie. One was when Andy Dwyer was training the Raptors. That scene was really, really slick when they were in the pen and stuff like that. Oh, that was really well done. And then the final fight, that was really, really cool also. It felt like there was tension, felt like there were things that you cared about going on, because you only cared about the dinosaurs. That's all you cared about. And then it's
God,
oh,
I care about Chris Pratt.
here are these dinosaurs having a fight, and it's awesome because I care about them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I admit there's so much shit that's like laughable, but you know what? That's what right? Like, I feel like they knew they were not going to be able to even top Jurassic Park. So I love the Jurassic Park jokes in it. Like, it's totally fan service. And for that,
I think
I'll buy the digital download and
the problem,
fucking Blu-ray.
I think the problem is that the theme of the first movie was the science, the hubris of science, right? And like it's like a tragedy in that sense that they're like, we can make an amazing thing, but we can't control it because we're just humans. It's this whole fucking Prometheus thing. The second movie is they made a dumb decision for money and bad things happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like they feel the same on the surface, but the second movie is like, yeah, it feels like a lot of like throwbacks and shout outs to like, hey, remember that movie you really love? Here's a movie that's kind of like it, but with more Samsung logos.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it just felt like kind of hollow, I thought.
No, I'm coming down on the complete opposite side of the spectrum as Wheat. Wheat, next time I see you, there can be only one, bro.
What do you,
You and me.
like, because
We're gonna put on.
I feel like because I enjoyed dinosaurs fighting, like, fuck you, man.
We're
Dinosaurs
gonna
fighting
just-
We're gonna
monsters
put
all
on
the time.
Velociraptor costumes, and then you and I are gonna fight, and that's how we're gonna settle
Those
this.
fucking realistic ones.
here's the
I'm in.
thing.
Absolutely.
I'm in.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a good or bad movie. There's just movies people like or don't like. So you're both right and you're both totally wrong. So it's fine.
No, actually, that's the beauty of it. That is one reason why I will champion this movie, because it is bad, but it's bad in the best way.
Which makes it good, in your opinion.
In my opinion, it makes it good. JP and I were just talking about this with television shows. That, like, there are fucking television shows right now that I'm watching that are fucking horrible. Under the Dome, fucking terrible. 100, fucking garbage. Between, absolutely shit. Sense8, bad. So bad. All four of these are worth watching, and I would recommend.
Dude, if we couldn't enjoy shitty media, no one would ever enjoy anything, and we would all just have a bad time constantly. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. Being able to be like, it's terrible, but I still had fun watching it. Like, Geoff, that's what you said on Twitter right after you saw it. You're like, it's not good, but I was entertained.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking gladiatorial pits. People stabbing each other with swords, probably not a good thing, but, you know, kind of okay to watch. Cool.
Yeah.
It's
So
undeniably
there it is.
entertaining. Obviously, it's you know, it's got big picture CGI. It's just, you know, Wheat's like he's expressing that he enjoyed it and admits that it's bad. That's good. Like, that's fine. There's hope for humanity there. But there's a lot of people that are like, no. I was like, I mean, you just didn't get the message, man. It's like one of the most like
So deep.
amazing movies you could ever see. And I'm just like, I look at them and I'm like, you know, you probably really like Furious 7 too, don't you? And they're like, yeah. I mean, obviously the family camaraderie and it's such a good movie. And just like I look at them and I'm like, oh Jesus. Like I'm worried, you know, because it's those people outnumber everybody else. There's gonna be a culling. There's gonna be a trap.
I saw, I guess I won't out this person, but they tweeted it, so maybe I should. I saw someone that is very close to, I guess, the roleplay world tweet out that they actually hated everything about Mad Max the other day.
Holy shit!
Oh my God! I bet
Holy
you I know
shit.
who it is, and you should call her out, huh?
Nope, wasn't her.
What?
I narrowed it
tweet
down
now,
to a gender.
now I'm shocked.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right,
it was
I
pretty
thought
funny,
I
though.
knew.
we can play 20 questions.
I saw that and I was like, you know, I should comment on that, but I haven't seen it, so maybe he's right. Who knows?
Oh,
I just let it
fucking
go.
plot twist! It was JP. Oh.
Dude, like, quote Mad Max to come away from it and say it's not my kind of film. I think that's totally fine. But like the effort and what they did with that movie and
I mean, this gets into the whole question of like, what is a film, and like how does one indicate whether a film is qualitatively good or not?
Yeah, I
like,
think that was their
that's a
issue with it.
conversation none of us are capable of having. I don't think.
I'm not qualified to make value judgments on whether movies are good or bad. I feel like I can do that for video games in a limited capacity, but not
that's
movies.
the problem with you guys. The lack of
Yeah?
cojones. Geoff, in his absolute unqualified, like, what am I? I'm a guy. Just a guy. It's a good fucking movie, and I stand by it. All right? Big Lebowski, good fucking movie.
I
Jurassic
think Mad
Park
Max
1,
was a good movie,
fantastic fucking movie.
but I couldn't tell you.
T, good fucking movie. Forrest Gump, good fucking movie. And they're like, well, what's your qualification, Jeff? Are you a scientist of the film
I
arts?
just-
Institute of NASA?
when you
No, I'm
say
not.
that Jeff, I hear I like this movie. I like this movie. I like this.
I know.
I like this
I
one
know you
too.
do.
It's like, okay, Yes, you do.
But Adam, let's do this. Let me hang on. I got pink hair now too, and I'm in I'm in Canada. I'm like, what is liking anything actually? I mean, if everything is actually
Oh,
just
God.
a 3D rendering of our perception
Now
fed
we're
into
getting-
us from the space lizards in their pyramid spaceships.
Well, don't bring the
then what
reptiloids
is
into
liking
this,
anything actually? And it's like, well,
Now we're getting into the pre-show.
it's-
Let's talk about Plato's allegory of the cave, right? If
Yeah,
everything that we
exactly.
see
It's all
is just
shadows,
shadows, right?
Let's
Yeah.
roll it back though. Who's Plato? Did you see him? He died
what?
hundreds of years before we ever existed. Maybe he's a contrived notion set forth by a government from the space
Maybe.
lizards again.
I
This
think
fucking
that's
space-
been confirmed.
I
Look,
hang on.
everybody
So, okay.
knows Aristotle was a reptiloid, but let's not go there, all right?
I took a cab ride home the other day from my
cat
friend's
ride.
place. A cat ride.
Cat ride,
A
yeah.
cab ride home from the friend's
Much
place the
better
other day.
than they took a cat
And-
ride home. Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Like Totoro. just in
And
the
my
bus.
friend and I started talking about how men hide secrets behind their beards. And this cab driver turned around and he was like, yes, men do hide secrets behind their beards. Like Stanley Kubrick hides secrets behind his beard. And we were like,
He faked the
yes,
moon landing.
tell me about that. And then he was like, Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing.
That's what
And this-
2001 was. Yes.
Yes, exactly. There's this hints and signs hitting in The Shining that reveal how Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing and how he got like millions of dollars in camera equipment from
Yeah,
the
he
CIA.
used the same sets to do.
He almost literally
Come on.
ended my cab ride with jet fuel can't melt steel beams,
Yeah.
Steven.
Oh
And
no!
it was like,
Get there.
thank you, man.
Oh,
Get it back
Thanks.
to
no.
Get
I
it
will
back
look
to
up
it.
those YouTube videos.
Oh,
Yes, I will.
Shit.
So, like, Adam, I 100% agree with you, and I love that. And when I get really drunk, that's the kind of conversation I like to have too. But it's always like, as a person fairly well trained, I would, whatever that means, right? In debate, like those kind of like it's just when someone brings it up in the topic of defending whether or not Jurassic Park World was good or bad, or I'm always like, yeah,
Well, I
You're right.
I'd just rather
on
hear
like
a
an
conversation.
existential level, you're absolutely correct. But within the confines, it's like it's the other one that people are like too. Is like, don't knock it till you've tried it. And you can like take that to the furthest degree, and it's like, well, I've never been raped by a tiger, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that I'm going to knock it. Don't want to try it, and they're like, well, technically, and it's like, well, no, I'm going to just off of everything else I've experienced. I'm going to weigh it in my decision-making calculus. Same with movies.
Based
I've
on
seen
the
a lot of
transitive property.
I've seen a lot of movies that I did not like, and I've seen a lot of movies that I did like. And then I talked to people about it, came to a consensus, and realized everyone likes some pretty bad shit. So everyone's wrong all the time.
That's true, and that's
That
why
is true.
nihilism is so great.
I mean, just out of curiosity, like, can anyone name their favorite best bad movie?
Their
The
favorite
Room.
best
The Room
bad
is
movie.
fantastically fun to watch with friends for how bad it is.
I probably have to go with She's All That. That's the go-to.
Hackers.
best-
Hackers is mine.
Hackers
totally
is pretty
mine.
good.
Yeah, Hackers
Yeah,
is my favorite
yeah.
terrible movie. It's
Yeah.
super bad.
I mean,
We watched
JP
Coyote Ugly and laughed our asses off way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I was gonna. Pitch Perfect is also. my
Well, I
opinion,
actually think
a
Pitch
good
Perfect
bad
is a
movie.
good movie. I don't think it's
a
a bad
good
movie.
bad movie.
I don't think it's a good bad movie. It's either She's All That or Can't Hardly Wait. I feel like those are both the same fucking movie, and that you could actually just combine them to be the best.
What about like
Good bad
Teen
movie.
Witch, or that movie with Seth Green and Jack Black and the rollerblading? It was like, fuck, I don't remember, but it's
I don't
an
even know what that
amazing
is.
movie. It's fucking incredible, you guys. I will find the name of it.
The last
Seth-
The last musical I saw, and I'm not allowed to see musicals then ever again because I got in so much trouble, was Les Miserables. And I came
Airborne.
to the mid-movie conclusion that they filmed all of the dialogue and songs from like 6 inches away from the actor or actress's face. And it, for whatever reason, got me the sickest deal of giggles ever. And I happened to get the giggles upon this revelation when, what's his name, the main male character dies. So everyone in the theater is actually crying, and I'm laughing my ass off. I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, people think, oh, Geoff, that's not that weird. You're a dick. And it's like, oh, okay, on shows I'm a dick, but actually in person I kind of hold back. I'm kind of quiet. I don't like confrontation. But I'm in this theater and I'm just like, and they just keep going like, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so bad. Oh god, Jesus Christ. And Anna through
Oh,
tears, just like a curtain of tears, was like, just stop. And I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Kind of on the opposite end of the feeling spectrum. When I saw The Grudge in the theater, everyone else is like horrified. I was laughing the entire
It's pretty
time.
laughable, yeah, definitely.
And this is like high school, so everyone is like, that damn high school kid. Like, what is he ruining this movie for everyone? It was some funny shit. It was good.
Yeah.
He probably took some of the marijuana.
Yeah, he probably ingested some of the marijuanas.
Fucking
Exactly.
kids and their
bad.
marijuanas.
Exactly.
Drugs are bad, kids.
Adam, what have you been up to the past 2 weeks?
I was at a convention over the weekend. Go Play Northwest, which was fun. Played some board games, which I do every year.
Did you meet any roleplay fans?
I did. I saw first day somebody with a Swan Song T-shirt, which was super.
Fuck yeah!
I know.
Nice.
Yep. Otherwise, just I'm streaming like miscellany to catch up on all the Steam sale bullshit that I bought.
Well, there's nothing coming out in July, so you got all the month.
Exactly. I played Shovel Knight, which I'd never played before.
Great game.
Quite enjoyed it. Yeah. Risk of Rain, which was a little too hard for me. I'm not
I never
that
got
kind
into
of gamer. Mostly though, just Duck Game. I just want to fucking play Duck Game all the time.
I heard that's really good. Yeah.
All I care about.
Game.
Do they have
Duck
AI
Game.
in that game?
No, it's just like
Are
4-player.
you playing against subs or something like that?
Yeah. I was just playing with my
Oh,
subs,
God.
and it was awesome. We need to.
Wait,
there needs to
wait,
be a
is this-
roleplay Duck Game, something or other.
Yeah, I've heard it's
Is
really good.
this, like
Duck game's awesome.
It's just
competitive
it's like a
game?
couch multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Adam,
also-
have you played Gang Beasts and
yeah,
or
Gang
Nidhogg?
Beasts.
I
Gang
have Nidhogg, but haven't played it and heard it was really good. Didn't play Gang
Nidhogg
Beasts.
is fucking amazing.
Have you
So
seen
is Gang Beasts.
Have you seen Gang Beasts and the new engine?
Yeah, it looks
No.
a lot better.
It is fucking awesome. It's an Unreal Engine now.
I
and
just
it's
wish
amazing.
the only thing I
It's-
wish is if they add multiplayer to it, and I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to, like online multiplayer. I don't think they plan adding it to the game.
Yeah, you know, like it's really unfortunate because Slash Dash, which is really good, the two games we just mentioned, none of them have plans.
It's
to do- and
because small indie game developers
hard.
don't know network programming.
So
or
why
not,
isn't
they don't
someone
not know network programming?
like
but yeah.
what? But like what? The Cannon brothers made fucking GGWP. They're online. Like, there's people that have created this shit already. I don't understand why we're falling into a world of.
I don't
It's
know.
tough. I mean,
I don't
we need
develop games, so
what we need is
Say
some
fuck
sort of
you
like
if you-
proprietary thing that like the API is just really really simple to plug into your game if you want, like networked multiplayer, and you're just like, okay, yes, use Twitch multiplayer or whatever, and then you just feed controls into that, and I don't know it. I know nothing about network programming, so
Probably
I think it's
YouTube
challenging.
Gaming will just figure it
Oh.
out. You know what I mean?
yeah, I have high hopes for YouTube.
One day.
Get wrecked.
Good times, everybody. Good times.
Steven, first off, what are you finishing of your drink? What is
This
that?
is mint tea.
God, you're such a fucking
No,
hipster.
that is not.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's.
Since when is tea a hipster thing?
It's because it's mint and he's drinking out of a
drinking
fucking
it from a
mason jar.
mason jar.
It's
Exactly.
a mason
Mason
jar.
jar.
It's
The
mint tea out of a mason
presentation.
jar, and he's
Right.
got a fucking beer, and he was enjoying it. He's fucking hipster.
Adam, listen. You've already pulled your card of the defense with the existential thing. It's like, what's a hipster? I mean,
What is? How can anybody really define what a good hipster is versus a bad hipster? I don't know that any of us have the qualifications or the studies necessary.
Yeah, come back to me when you have a degree in hipsterology.
Hipster. Are we in a
Or
hipster
hipster.
The
relative?
best hipster doesn't even know they're a hipster. That's my.
Hipsteronomy.
that would be
That works too.
a true hipster. Doesn't even know they are a hipster. Literally, they're a hipster before they knew they were a hipster.
Yeah, hipster before hipster was cool.
They're an imperceptible hipster even to themselves.
Yeah.
That's true. See what have you been up to?
Not a lot. I booked a new haircut. It's next week.
Nice.
I can't
I went,
fucking
I
believe
went and got.
done, dude.
Yeah. What are you gonna get done?
What am I gonna get done? I'm
Yeah,
not
let's
sure.
Talk about it.
I mean, I'm either gonna go back to like the somewhat shorter but kind of more slick back
When
look.
do you guys go when you get a haircut? Do you have like a 30-second consultation before they cut your hair? Does that happen for you? No.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I always say the same. Like they're like, so what do you got? What do you want to do? Like, what do you? How does it feel? And I'm just like, I don't know. It feels like my fucking hair. Like just do the same thing over and over.
I refuse to talk about anything to do with getting my hair cut because Jeff's just gonna make fun of me for being a hipster.
Then let me tell a quick story about haircuts. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah.
Go, and
No, like I'm actually going to a barber who like styles hair for men. And it's gonna be good. So like it's super nice. He really knows what he's talking about. He knows how to make hair look good. Like I've been thinking about going really short and then like getting like just like a part or something like that, and then just rocking like the full beard as the amount of hair that I want to have on my head. But I don't know.
I think just do exactly Adam's hair to throw him the fuck off. That'd be amazing.
Negative. JP would never get us straight again.
Then you guys do the show.
I messed up your name. If it wasn't for the chat, it would be RollPlay Swan Song with DM, Silent Osiris, and players, blah, 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 and Silent Osiris.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's not because I don't know why. There's just like a mental blank that
Do you ever
happens.
forget the other way, though? Does he become
Yeah,
Adam?
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Okay.
Turns
At
out
least
when
it's
you
fair.
type the same shit over and over and over all the time every day, you end up just doing it without thinking, and then
Yeah, that's what happens.
mistakes. What happens?
That's what happens.
But like, man, when they put that scented towel around your face and like
Yeah.
steam.
I had that on Friday.
Oh, it's
Feels
so
so
good,
good.
JP.
It was
so
heavenly.
good.
It was actually heavenly.
So nice.
It was weird too because they left. It was like on Friday when all of the news, I guess, broke. Whatever. I don't want to get into that, but when the news broke, and so it was like all of the barbershop talking about that in South Texas, and I'm just sitting there with my head leaned back and like this thing
The razor
compressed
at your
on my
throat.
face, and I'm not saying a thing for like 10 minutes because she just let me like lay there, and it was just the funniest because it was like South Texans talking
Yeah.
about gay marriage, and it was what you'd expect it to be, and it was actually hilarious the entire time.
Wow.
And so that was
Okay,
Friday.
wait. JP, have you heard about merman hair?
I have not. What's merman
Yes. Yeah.
It's so like you know how like Maggie has her hair like dyed in like a fading out to the ends
hair?
sort of
Kind of
look?
like what Dodger has a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what Dodger has. It's like that except for men, and they
Oh,
dye their beards as well.
Yeah, that's
and
what
it
Adam
looks
What
kind
is
of
this called
fucking
again?
amazing.
Oh, yeah, dudes.
Merman hair.
It's like dudes dyeing their hair funny colors. That's
Merman
like,
hair?
who would ever thought of that fucking shit?
It's
I like
hair
it. Oh my
before
God.
it was cool, Steve.
Guys,
the whole point is the beard,
days
Adam.
ago-
You dye your beard.
I thought you were gonna get
good.
mad when someone said you dyed your beard. You clearly did
Bad
not
for
dye
your
your beard.
face. It's very,
3 days
very
ago,
bad for your face.
merman hair is the next big trend, replacing the man bun. Metro News.
There you go. Absolutely.
Check this
Man, I've
out.
seen so many man buns in Montreal. It's serious.
Wait, what's a man bun?
It's where
it's
here's
a
a man
bun.
bun, JP.
It's a bun.
Oh, okay, it's that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, that one guy that has like the he looks like a troll, like those little toys that you could buy
He
back in the day.
does.
The Ankh Man, 40, yeah, from 40. That looks good. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Were you gonna tell a story? Or can we start?
Oh, fuck it.
You're gonna tell a story about hair.
So I used to go to like my wife's best friend is a great hairdresser. We went to her all the time. Came to San Francisco. You guys know I went through this like trying to grow it phase, and I walked into a place called Nice Cuts in the Castro because I'm like, yo, if there's a place
They gotta
to
know,
get
yeah.
a good haircut, it's got to be Nice Cuts in the Castro. And I walk in, and there's this, maybe 55, 60-year-old. I'm not sure. I think she's Korean woman, and her name is Betty. And I walked in, and I was like horrified, you guys. Like I wanted to leave because I'm like, I don't think I could. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to communicate like what I want done. And she sits me down, and I go through it, and she doesn't say a word to me, guys. She doesn't fucking say anything, and I'm seriously like,
are you getting
it's not
this?
too late to just fucking rip this apron on and go right now. And she's just like, like I used to wear it up like this, but I'd like to grow, and I want to cut it and keep it long here. I know. And then she starts cutting, and I'm like fucking scared. I'm sweating. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get the worst haircut. And it wasn't the haircut I wanted, but it was great. So I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, of course. She works at Nice Cut. Right. In the Castro, like, she knows what she's doing. So I went back the next time. I had the same, didn't talk to, exchange with Betty. It was more like a, how I have it styled. She did it again. She didn't give me the haircut I wanted, but she improved on it anyway.
In ways you didn't know that could be improved.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, Betty from Nice Cuts in the Castro.
Man,
Boom.
There you go.
It's so good to get a good haircut. It's so good.
It's true.
It is.
That's true.
We can start.
All right, Adam, let's kill a party.
All right, I take aim at Sakarian.
Before any of all that shit happens,
Damn it.
we come back from the opening like commercial break to the scintillating colors of drive space. We see them out the viewport that's in the like mess hall, and Mr. Sakarian, you're there by yourself eating a meal or something, and the credits fade in as we see Mr. Sakarian pull down. Just says Swan Song drive space several days ago, and we hear like a clattering. We hear Woo. We pan over and see Woo come in. He's wearing his coveralls, but he's got them like stripped to his waist, and he's wearing his like undershirt. He's covered in engine grease. And he looks exhausted. He comes in. We follow him across the mess to the fridge, and he opens it up and takes out a green like beer bottle, like a bottle of Tsingtao 3000 or something, and cracks it open on the counter. Comes over and kind of like slumps down next to Mr. Sakarian. He takes a long pull off the bottle and puts it down. Looks over at you, Mr. S, and he's like, "So, Wi-Fi system." And he kind of like shifts uncomfortably and looks around. And is like, "You're from there, right?"
I am right.
Yeah, you are.
That is correct. I'm from Odinsa.
He's like, "So you have any family you're gonna go visit?"
Not so much.
So what does Mr. Sakarian's face look like when you say that?
I imagine he's just kind of having. You said it's like in the morning time ish.
In drive space it doesn't, like, you might all have different
All right.
schedules because you've been in space for a while. So.
Correct. Okay. So yeah. What is morning drive space? Obviously. He's just having a cup of coffee and he's just sitting there, a lot on his mind ish, and he gives him the plain face. He's not really emotive when he says that.
Yeah. So just the Sakarian, the usual Sakarian. Okay. Yeah, Wu says when you don't really say anything else, he kind of gets uncomfortable and he's like, nods. Yeah, I have an aunt on Majid. Gonna try and visit her when we go there. She's sick.
That's really nice.
Like, takes a drink.
Sorry to hear that.
He shrugs. It's okay, she's old. I've been saving up money for her treatment. I figure I'll have time. Can't be on the ship the whole time, though there's a lot of work to do. Like, takes another drink.
I'm sure there'll be time for you to see your aunt, especially if you communicate that it's because she's ill.
And he kind of like nods and like looks around. He's like, "So, what are you gonna do on the planet?"
Same as always, Wu. We have plenty of business to accomplish and a number of adversaries that we've earned along the way.
He kind of like looks at you, and what's the nearest, like, do you have like a weapon on the table nearby, or like is your thunder gun like nestled beside you?
No, but no, I think I have no weapon actually.
So that's unusual. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of like looks around and like sighs again and looks at the table, and he's like, Mr. Sakarian, can I tell you something?
Absolutely, Wu.
I've been thinking about things. About the ship, rest of the crew, that stuff. There was a while, I don't know, I've been considering maybe leaving.
With that, Mr. Sakarian kind of sits back and says, well, Wu, don't you think you've established yourself as a necessary and integral part of our crew and perhaps even a friend to some?
He's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe. It's just, I don't know if I fit in. This is dangerous work. You're all, and he kind of like looks at you like he's trying to find a way not to offend you. It's like, really dangerous people. And I don't think I am.
Is this because of what happened in the hotel room the other day.
That hasn't happened yet. This is in the past.
Then he doesn't say that.
I was
Yeah,
about to
that's
ask that.
Be super creepy if he did, though, wouldn't it?
Is this about what is going to happen in the hotel room?
He says he kind of gives a nod, takes a sip of what's in his mug, and says, "Woo, I think that's a fair point. If you've come to the revelation that dangerous people are not the company for which you want to be with, I would respect your decision, and I think it quite wise and mature of you to identify that you have a say in that lifestyle. You are not a servant or slave to us. You are a friend and a valued asset. But if you feel uncomfortable, and especially if you have an aunt that is perhaps ill and in need of your service, I personally would have nothing but respect for that."
So he takes another drink of his beer and he puts it down and he stands up, kind of walks over to the door and he turns around and he's like, "That means a lot to me, Mr. S. You saying I'm a friend and all. I don't know. I gotta think this over."
Well, take your time, Wu. We've got a few days until we're there, and then when we're there, it should go as business as usual.
He nods to you and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go hit the bunk. Night, Mr. S."
Good night, friend.
He walks. We follow him into the hallway, and we fade down to black, and we just hear the metallic like pinging sound as we fade in on like a really like low focus shot of the pin of a grenade bouncing off of the deck of the like the concrete deck of the warehouse in slow motion, and then everything is just like white fire. There's a massive explosion, the like whoosh of flame, and muted through the fire we can hear like screaming, and we just see come into view like through the blur the like metal juggernaut of Mr. Sicarian like running for cover. So just to recap where everybody's at as this is happening. So Prosper, you are across the street.
Yeah, I'm camped out on a corner, right?
Yeah, looking down at the there's several like exits, but the only like easily accessible exit is the like door exit that you're covering.
Yeah.
And we've just seen what's her face? Rajani Van Dorn bust out that door running in a panic.
Yeah.
So you're up there. Sicarian, you threw the grenades and are running for like cover behind a support pillar, you were saying?
Yeah, it was described that there was concrete pillars.
Yeah, there are definitely concrete pillars for you to run to. And Piani, you were basically like just arriving because you took the like little ATV thing or the Jeep you guys have, whatever it is.
Right.
Or no, I took that. She took something else.
What was Piani? How was
'Cause I
Piani?
Oh, you
Late,
just
right?
stole like a little like 4-wheeler or whatever, right? From the
Wait a second. No. Well.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
because
traveled in on that one.
you guys left. If I recall, I was like, "Fuck it, I have to go."
Yeah.
Like I have to find you guys.
well, you waited for Mr. S to leave and then you took off to like
Right.
go chase after him.
Right.
So you'll be arriving in a moment. And then your Higgs, you're like in the gun turret of the ship, and Pi is like lifting off, and you're heading towards towards
towards where
Yeah.
Sicarian was.
All right. So, Mr. Sicarian, we cut to your view from inside the helmet. And like I said, there's just like white fire just like erupting around you as the grenades trigger the like flammable chemicals in the building. And you can see in your helmet's like temperature sensor, the external temperature is just like up in the red.
Mhm.
Your O2 supply is still like at full. But you can barely see. Everything is just like burning and starting to collapse. And you see, maybe we see like out through the visor. And again, it's like when you were out in space, there's just like the hard breathing and the sort of muted roar. And we see someone like on fire just like run past you and then like collapse. And you're booking it for cover. So I need you to make an evasion save for me.
Okay. And that's on my sheet, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. That'll be based on your level.
Physical evade. Okay, it's level 4, so it's a 12. Just
Yep.
a flat d20 then.
Straight d20. Yep.
9.
Okay. All right. So you're running for cover. You can see where you're headed. There's this like concrete pillar. You're running that way, and someone, like one of the foremen or like one of the like Madari gangsters, like runs into you and like throws their arms around you, and we just see through your viewport, like through your visor, like their hair and face and stuff are on fire, and their clothes are on fire, and they're basically just like melting as they like throw themselves on you, screaming.
And this is just one of the guards, I reckon.
Yeah, it's just like a guard.
However, I
it's
can recognize
it's hard to tell. It's just a
Yeah.
person on fire. And like off in the distance, we see part of the ceiling start to collapse, and so you're like held up on this guy. You have to like pull him off and throw him on the ground before you can run to cover. So it slows you down before the second explosion. So
Okay.
outside, Prosper, you're looking down at the building, and then just like it just goes up like slow motion. White and blue fire just blows the ceiling off.
Okay.
The building starts to like collapse in on itself. You see Rajani like stumble and fall in the street and like cover her head with her hands. But at this distance, like even here, I mean, maybe we see you looking through the scope. We don't even see this stuff, and we just see like your hair like blow in the sudden shockwave, and
Yeah.
sweat beads like just like slide down your forehead.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Merde. Yeah, I guess I.
Well, just
like,
as a
did I-
reminder to everyone, there's the guard on the outside of the door too.
Is he still there?
He's probably been like thrown on the like he might be dead. He's lying
Yeah.
nearby. Yeah.
I guess I flip on the comm. I say, Sicarian, is it time for me to come to your aid? I take that as a no.
Well, do I hear that, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I think your suit is meant for operating in like temperature extremes and like outer space and stuff. So it's functioning.
So as I hear that message, then did I peel the body off of me and I'm behind the pillar at all?
Yeah, you've made it back. Well, basically what happens is you get back to the pillar, you like slam your back against it. Your comm comes up and it maybe like shows the little like waveform, and you see like Prosper's little icon. And what did you say, Steven? Is it time for me to come and help you?
Yeah, so I think last time that we were like at the entrance to this place, Sicarian, you were about to head in and you were like, I'm gonna call for help if I need any. And I was like, all right, I've got this angle covered. So this is just like, kind of almost a sarcastic check-in. It's like, so buddy, you need any help?
Okay,
That
so
kind of-
as I get that message, then and I would have to kind of yell because there's just like a din, just roaring fire around me. And it's like Sicarian says, situation is about what I expected. Kill all syndicate that come out of the building.
Affirmative.
So
How do
about
we feel about Miss Van Dorn?
I mean, halfway through that sentence, right? You're like, everything is fine, situation as we expected. That's when the second explosion goes off. The like accelerant that they use to like pack the drugs into the inhalers all goes up. So there's a second explosion, another shockwave. The doors on the front side, the warehouse doors where the trucks pull up, they blow out, and just fire just shoots out. And there's like just like a white like mushroom cloud that just blows up out of the ceiling. So I need to roll something. 1 second here. Oh, tension roll 20. Come on.
Building the tension.
There we go. Okay. Mr. Sicarian, can you make a physical effect save, please?
Okay. My physical is 10. $18.
Okay, cool. So you are going to take some damage from the explosion. But your armor is pretty great, so see how this does.
And with my dexterity, it's a +1.
Yeah, what's your armor class?
Well, it's a 2, but the dexterity modifier makes it a 1.
Okay, yeah, I just need your AC.
Yeah, AC 1. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. So you take you only take 6 damage.
Okay, let me mark that.
Okay. And yeah, so it just like blasts out. You feel the shockwave hit you, and then part of the ceiling like falls down and lands on you. And that's what causes the damage, right? Is that like you get pushed to the ground and the stuff lands on you. So at the end of that round, at the end of that time, Prosper, again, you can see Rajani has gotten up and is like shaking her head, and she's dazed, like she's staggering around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you want to do anything?
Now remember, you did not hear the part where I said kill everyone that comes out.
Yeah. No. Man, I guess I mean, like, I have so little information about what's been going on, considering, like, did I know that Rajani was, like, nobody ever told me that she was like, hey, I want to be the next person in charge once you take out Mustafa Ali or anything, right?
You saw us walk in together is I think all you have to go off.
Right. So, okay, yeah, shit. Man, she comes running out, the building blows up, Sakarian's like, everything's fine, it's all cool. The building explodes.
I mean, it had already exploded. This is a secondary explosion.
Yeah. But Sakarian was like, this is fine, and then bigger explosion, communication cut off. So I guess I draw a bead on Rajani. Okay. And
so she gets up, and you see her now. We see her through your scope. And like she's like bleeding from her nose. There's blood like pouring down from her hairline, and she like is holding her head and like seems really confused.
I open comms and I say, Ms. Van Dorn, you want to kneel down on the ground now.
So she like starts and like looks around, like she doesn't, and then you see her fumbling for her earpiece, which had fallen out. Yeah. So she heard it make a noise or whatever, felt the vibration, and then you hear a click and it comes in over your headset, and you hear again like you're at enough of a distance that the fire and stuff is kind of quiet, but as soon as he turns it on, you just hear like the burning and like you hear the clattering of like debris falling from the sky. Mm-hmm. She puts her hand to her head and you just hear like static, and you hear her say like, what or who is this maybe?
Yeah. Stay where you are, down on your knees.
Okay. Make a persuade check.
What is my persuade? Nothing. I'm not good at that shit. Is there an intimidate? Do I get a bonus for like?
She doesn't even. This is just.
She doesn't know.
She has no. She thinks someone is standing nearby talking to her, and like she's so deaf now. Like.
So what? It's 2d6 minus 1. Woohoo!
I just watched Heat, where they had a scene just like.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Wow. So
she puts it like you hear like feedback or something like there's damage. She like yanks the earpiece out and throws it on the ground. And
can we establish that I have been aiming at her?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right.
So you see her kind of like fumble for her gun, but it isn't there. It's been like knocked free. She's only wearing like one shoe now. And so she takes a couple of steps in the stairs, and she like in the street, and then she wobbles, and then she passes out. So you see her like kind of like try to grab something, but there's nothing there. She's just standing in the street, and she just falls down. She's like hits the pavement hard.
I think like we see my fingers start depressing the trigger, and then she passes out, and then I go and let go.
Okay.
I swore never to shoot another sleeping woman ever again.
Okay, so I think that we snap down to Rajani falling again. We see that again, and we get one of those like the focus cuts where the focus is on Rajani's back, and she like teeters and falls forward, and then the focus like goes back. It like zooms out, and we see Piani pulling up on her whatever her.
Am I immediately linked into comms?
Yes. Yeah. So you see Rajani like. You recognize, you're like, hold on, who's that? And then you see her fall down.
Well, I also would have no reason not to help her at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I would get out of the truck at the same time. I would try to like sort of op comms and what the fuck is going on here?
I come over comms and I say, Vianney, it's bad. Rajani came running out of the building. Sakarian is dead. The building collapsed. He was speaking to me when he passed.
I think immediately Piani just starts like, Sakarian! Mr. Sakarian!
Okay, so we
Like-
snap back to the Inferno. What are you trying to do? Like, it's obvious to you now, Mr. Sicarian, that if you stay in here, you will die. Like, the warehouse is collapsing in on itself, and you need to either get out, like, now, or if there's anything else you need to do, then get out. What do you want to do?
Well, given that explosion, he kind of does he does not think anyone survived that, so he's just gonna do a mental trace work of getting out of the door that he came in on.
Okay, so you start, like, looking around. Can you make a perception check? So a skill test based on intelligence.
That's good. Well,
Nice.
hang on. Hang on! As my legs cross and I ascend up through the roof and I've harnessed my central chi. No, okay, just go ahead.
Okay, so there's the fire is going off in rounds as various tables catch fire and blow up, and the drug in various states of preparation explode in different ways. So there's a lull between when the big explosion of the aerosol goes off before the fire can find another source to blow up, where you can see staggering across the way, you can see Mustafa Ali. His shield is like overloading. He's obviously very badly hurt. He's like clutching one of his arms. You can't really see it because again there's like fire and smoke everywhere. But you definitely see like the glimmer of his shield, and you see him like staggering towards the exit.
Is he ahead of me, you said?
He's between you and the exit. Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me about my experience with this shield, because this is different from what I've experienced in the past, but I assume I would have a fairly good idea of how it operates, right? Like, do I think I can make contact with him, or is it going to propel me off of him like it did the bounty hunter?
Make an intelligence check. You can add your combat or whatever tech. If you have a skill you want to add, you can.
Well, if it's just a skill check, right?
Yep.
So let's work together, Adam, on finding a way to make dexterity a part of the equation, because right now...
No, it'll be intelligence. It'll be intelligence for sure. But if you have like tactics or...
I have no idea then.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you don't know. You just see he's shielded and...
I believe, Adam, what Mr. Sicarian would do then is, I mean, just so I'm not like an idiot and you're like, okay, GG, 2 seconds later the roof falls on your head, but...
I mean, I did say you can get out of here now or have the building fall on you. Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess he surmises that he'll be able to deal with this in a second. He's going to sprint for the door and get,
Okay.
He's not going to push him over or anything. In his mind, if he does that, he runs the risk of getting stunned, so he's actually going to avoid him. But
Okay.
I can also see the door. I can see where the door's been. I've seen where the door is going to go. I've seen everything the door has to offer because I rolled a 12. So I'm just going to run.
Yeah, you've got to clear out, but you're still going to have to roll. So make a luck check.
Oh, good.
Oh, damn.
Hang on. So I have to beat a 9 is what you're saying? Or his?
What's your luck on your character sheet? Your luck save?
Is 11.
Okay, so you need an 11 or better.
Nope.
Okay. Can you make 2 more for me, please, as you attempt to get out, and then I'll tell you what happens.
No. But yes.
Okay, so you got one of the 3 that you rolled.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So here's what we see from outside. We see you like look around and look at the exit. Maybe between a cloud of smoke that's getting blown by the fire, you see outside, and you make a run for it. And as you do, we see beside you that like a glimmering shield, like whoever that is, a big chunk of the ceiling, like concrete barrier, like falls down on it, and they disappear under a plume of like blue smoke. We see Mr. Sicarian like running for the exit. It's getting closer. Things are falling. You like vault over one of the pillars as it collapses, and you can see the edge of the smoke. You're about to break through, and then we see from outside, Piani. You can see like a shadow moving through the smoke towards the exit, and then the building shifts and just fully like falls forward, and the whoever it is running towards you, we all know it's Mr. Sicarian, like vanishes in this like blast of smoke and concrete dust as the building falls in on itself. So let's cut to break, I guess. and we'll
That
come
works.
back and see what happens.
People are going to be real pissed we talked about movies for 30 minutes. And that makes me happy. So we'll take our first break. We'll come back and see what the fuck is about to happen. We still got 3 hours left here on week 25 of RolePlay Swan Song, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.